leave Cambodia really suddenly. Tell us maybe a little bit about what that was like for you.
It wasn't really good because we were doing online school, and then some of my friends had already left, and then my parents were talking about if it would be good for us to leave or not. And then 3 days before, they just said to us that we're going to the UK, but we don't know how long. And we have 3 days, so we have to pack up our stuff and say goodbye to our friends. I didn't really get to say goodbye to loads of people because it was in a rush and everyone was already in COVID, so it was like no one really wanted to do that much. And the people who I did get to say goodbye to, it wasn't like proper goodbye. And then we packed up our house, but we left loads of stuff behind because we didn't have time to pack it up. And then we had to had a few boxes and put shipping in them and stuff. And then just leave. And we weren't really sure what was going to happen next.
When you were sitting there in quarantine or there in the UK, what was it that you missed about Cambodia?
Oh, I really missed our apartment because it was really nice. And then obviously I missed all the people who we knew and like going to people's houses and like, what else did I miss? Oh, I really missed Neri, our nanny, who looked after us because she was with us all the time. And her daughter as well. They were with us all the time. So I felt like they were like a part of our family. And then when to not see them for so long, that was hard. And it's also like, I don't know, we were in Cambodia for 4 years and then we just leave so suddenly. Like, it's not easy.
Sometimes did Cambodia feel like home to you?
Yeah, sometimes. Like, obviously I lived in the UK for 8 years before, and Rafi, he lived in Cambodia more of his life. Rafi is my brother, for anyone who doesn't know. And so for him, if he like could sometimes say, "Oh, I'm from Cambodia. Cambodia is like where I live. Cambodia is my home." And for me, like sometimes it felt like that. Sometimes it didn't because I lived in England for 8 years. But it felt like home when we were living there. Yeah.
Did you have any culture shock when you went back to the UK? Kind of hard to say because there was all this COVID stuff going on, but were there other things that maybe gave you some culture shock?
Yeah, like I forgot how different it is. Like everything is very different. And that's the longest we've been back to the UK since we moved. And so it felt very weird. Yeah, everything was very different. Like examples. Just like everything. There's like hardly anything that's really the same. Like if you look at Cambodia and then you look at the UK, everything is different.
Yeah, what were the hardest things to get used to?
It was hard to get used to the weather because it wasn't very nice at the beginning or when we were there. And it was hard to get used to, obviously quarantine was very hard to get used to. And it was hard to get used to like not, because it was like on my hometown where we used to live, and so it was weird to like not have our own house and always go to my friends' houses and stuff, like, and just go and see my friends and stuff. It was weird not to be able to do that and hard.
Yeah. Was it weird to interact with a lot of kids from your home culture? Did that take some getting used to?
Yeah, I did, because in Cambodia everyone thinks of me as like the British girl, but then in England everyone thinks of me as the Cambodian girl.
Interesting. So how does that play out?
Like, well, they don't really know what Cambodia is like, so they always ask questions like, is there a bakery, and do you get clean water and stuff like that? Because when you think of Cambodia, you sort of think of it like that. But no, it's like they don't know really what it's like.
Do you feel like there's anyone there in the UK that kind of like understands you, or like has asked enough questions and they've listened enough they can kind of understand where you come from?
Some people do, because they've been to visit us and stuff, so they've seen what it's like. And one of my friends has been to visit us like many times. And so she knows what it's a bit like, and she came to visit it with us before we even moved there.
What's your fondest memory of Cambodia when you reflect back on it over those 4 years?
Well, I really liked all like the rooftop parties, and I like going to the pagodas with um people and stuff, and also like um just like everyday life was quite fun and nice.
What's next? What's out in the future for the Rexie?
I'm not sure yet. We're moving to a house near the beach, but not this beach, a different beach. And we'll stay in Portugal for a bit, but who knows what's going to happen next.
What do you dream of doing in the future?
Oh, that's hard.
YouTube star?
And I'd like to do something in theatre, maybe.
Live theater, or would you like film?
Probably live.
How about food? Did it take some getting used to coming back to the UK?
Yeah, it was nice because like in Cambodia, like we sometimes had Cambodian meals and sometimes had meals from like before, but it was nice just to like enjoy them. But it was also weird not to have Cambodian food as well.
Do you miss rice?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. But we had like quite a lot of rice, but it's not the same.
What's a Khmer dish that you really miss?
Fried rice.
Good old fried rice.
Oh, when we filmed that really weird trying the drinks.
Yes, I actually wanted to look that up. One of my friends edited it, and so maybe we'll have to pop that up sometime.
That was so funny.
Mixing them all together and you daring me to drink it, that was a little much. I don't think I want to repeat that scenario. If someone is thinking about bringing their kids to Cambodia, what would you tell them to make sure to do?
What, like make sure to do prior to moving, or make sure to do when you're there?
Let's do both.
Prior to moving, make sure you get a lot of mosquito repellent. You should probably look up someone's phone's ringing. Maybe look at some places that might interest you and then when you're there, let's see, good things for kids to do. Oh, go to like the factory, and there's like a trampoline park thing there. That's really fun. And it would be nice to, I think for some people it's really nice to look at the history and stuff. To go to like Angkor Wat, or I don't know, maybe the Killing Fields or something like that.
Nice. Any other places that you would recommend that kids should try out or go to if they're in Phnom Penh or in Cambodia?
If they're like younger kids, then in like Aeon Mall there's a kids park, and that's cool for younger kids. For older kids, it's harder to find stuff, but it depends on their interests as well.
So what did you like doing with some of your friends when you would hang out with them there in Cambodia?
Oh, going to Aeon Mall, that was really fun. Just going to like the shopping mall and just hanging out, looking around,
Yeah,
stuff.
A lot of people just go just to hang out. It's like AC and stuff, but you don't really buy a lot from the shops, right? Because those shops are
look at stuff.
What?
You just look around them and like sometimes you buy stuff, but some shops are expensive.
Yeah. What about food? What was your favorite thing to get at Aeon Mall?
Oh, there's a lot of ice cream. That's good. I know there's so nice. What else was there? The sushi was good. Oh yeah, and then the movie, the theatre thing in there is really cool, and the arcade's really loud, but it's still cool. Oh yeah, every time we went there, we always got Burger King.
Yes, classic Burger King. Oh, and before we go, we should have an unboxing.
One thing's in the washing machine, but I can't show that thing, but I'll show the other thing.
Oh.
What does this say?
It says Kinyom and then the heart, Srok Khmer, so I love Cambodia. So you always have your memory of your love for Cambo.
This one is like super duper big.
Yeah, for sure. Which one do you like the most?
Oh, that's hard. I like both a lot. No idea. Both are really cool, I think. Look, got like the whole box full.
Yeah, you got the stickers as well.
Like loads.
Yeah, I literally just stuffed a whole bunch in there because I was like, you know what, Rexie
Literally.
can give them to all of her friends and promote the channel. You can stick them on random people in Portugal. Actually, during COVID-19, they probably will not appreciate it. All right, well, thanks so much. We'll just say peace out to the audience. Catch you next time.